you care about what I'm bringing because you don't want to like do everything on your own, or versus in like other countries where it's just like you just play the role of a wife or whatever, just take care of the kids, whatever.
No, that's wrong. Women have more expectations of men.
I ain't never had nobody be like, let's go 50-50. 50-50 is crazy. That really is like some roommate shit though.
Like, we just want y'all to contribute to what we trying to do, build generational wealth. Cleaning, doing the laundry, cooking,
But that
all that
happens automatic. Like,
No.
okay, hold on, wait. I stopped myself.
I think men are much more calculated, so they're like, all right, well, if I'm not guaranteed these things in my woman, why am I going to provide necessarily all of these things to a woman?
I had a guy I was talking to, and he said to me, because I would ask him like, why you don't do certain things? He looked at me, he said, you act just like me. You think I want to do all this thing for
Dang.
Like damsel in distress or whatever. That's what you guys want.
They
You
want yes,
want
ma'am.
someone
I'm not
to
a yes,
be.
ma'am.
So that doesn't make you want to, as a woman, I don't make you want to reevaluate your femininity.
He
and how
need to
you,
want me to reevaluate my femininity for the simple fact that.
But why?
topic. Why do you think American men are the only group of men that want to go 50-50?
I think that's a problem in America because guys have this whole like, what do you bring to the table mindset. I think that has something to do with it. Because if you're like, if you care about what I'm bringing because you don't want to like do everything on your own or feel like you're doing everything. So I feel like that's kind of where it comes in. Just like I guess they have more expectations for women versus in like other countries where it's just like, you just play the role of a wife or whatever, just take care of the kids, whatever. You don't have to do anything. But here,
no, that's wrong. Women have more expectations of men, and the reason why men ask, what do you bring to the table? Because most don't bring anything to the table, but they still want to be taken care of like a princess, a queen, without doing anything for
it. In America, the man is like, what do you do?
It's not the man. Women fought for equality.
Sorry?
It's the woman.
There we go.
Y'all fought for equality.
But we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you want to say about this topic too. Like,
I ain't never had nobody be like, let's go 50-50. 50-50 is crazy.
I mean,
but I feel like that is.
You was sugar my man there. Like, I mean,
100-0. Like,
but I feel like that's like, that really is like some roommate shit though. Like, if we live, well, not really. But if we live together, like, I'm gonna want to pay something. I'm not gonna ever expect you to just fully pay everything. If you pay the rent, I'm like, all right, the gas is due. I'll take this, or I'll take the cable. I'm gonna pay something. I'm not gonna expect you to pay this, that, and the third. Oh, we got 2 cars. Now you gotta pay both car notes. No, never gonna do that. So I don't mind going 50-50, but to a certain extent.
Are you paying it?
Most women require a man to pay a whole lot more, and they don't hardly pay much, to be honest. And they don't want to do the wifely duties or girlfriend duties that are required of them also.
Because you want to help your family, or because you don't want him to be able to throw that
Nah, I'm paying it because that's just me. I would want to do it.
I appreciate that. That means so much different to a man. I'm like,
I agree with Jasmine. Yeah.
It's usually ego.
And I think that's 50-50.
What?
It depends.
What she said?
Yeah.
No, it's not 50-50 because 50-50 is literally 50-50, like straight down the middle. Like if the rent is $1,000, you put 500, you put 500.
Break it down to the maze.
That's the misconception. That's a misconception.
So what is 50-50?
Exactly what she said. Well,
that's not real. That's situational, right? That is situational.
Yeah,
that's not 50-50.
It got some relationships where I might break everything down the middle. You feel me?
And that's really 50-50.
But to me, and I'm guessing to y'all too, that's 50-50. Like, we just want y'all to contribute to what we trying to do, build generational wealth. Like, you don't have to split it down the middle, but if I'm paying rent and the car note, yeah, you can pay the gas bill, yeah, you can pay the water bill. Like, just help me out.
Right. I agree with that, but that
get mad as hell about that. Like, they will really.
Yeah, that's why I said
it all comes down to the type of girl
Everything.
that you're dealing with at the end of the day. Because someone like Jasmine and myself, I don't want you to do everything, especially if I'm getting to my own bag and I got money. Like, I'm gonna contribute, where I can. But also another thing though.
You heard what she said, getting to her bag. See, a lot of women do it out of the feeling of I'm a boss, or I can take care of things. You're not gonna throw this in my face. Oh, you ain't taking care of me. I'm handling my own situation. A lot of women do it just for the ego part of it, opposed to actually trying to build something with a guy. It's more of me being independent of a guy.
sometimes guys don't really even like want you to contribute though. There are guys that would deny a woman giving them money out of like a pride thing. So
It's not
that's
pride.
another-
Some guys want to do that, but at the same time, we still want the option to say no. We want to hear that you're interested in helping us.
Okay.
It's true.
And your 50 might be taking care of the house. Like that might be your 50. You know what I mean?
They ain't
Your
gotta
50 don't have
Taking
to
care of the house as far as
like cleaning, doing the laundry, cooking.
but that
all that
happens automatic. Like
No.
not okay. Hold on, wait. I stopped myself.
Alright.
Hold on. Not automatically. Not automatically, because there are girls that don't do that.
Shit. Exactly.
But it should. It's like an unspoken rule. But it should be if the man is doing everything as a woman. Yeah, you should be taking care of the house.
Should be.
And if that's what you call 50-50, then that's totally fine. Like I agree with that.
I think it's different because American women is way more unique than women in other countries. You get what I'm saying? They have the ability to work. They're they can earn. They have much more of an earning potential than women in other countries. Like
True.
it's different because and I don't think the quality of women is the same. I'm gonna be honest with you, because when I find when men go out and date women outside the U.S., they have no problem providing because they know the quality of women that they're going to get.
Yeah.
In America, you really don't. You can provide everything, and that doesn't guarantee you loyalty. It doesn't guarantee you any more submission. That don't guarantee you any more femininity. It don't guarantee you anything if you're a provider in America, as if women in other countries. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, the quality of this ain't our grandparents and our great grandparents. Those women were drastically different from the modern women that we deal with in America today,
fact.
right? You know what I mean?
But what caused that change? What do you
I
think?
mean, look at both of these women right here. No shame to them. They're attractive, but at the same time, a lot of makeup, a lot of weave, breasts all out. It's not the same type of quality on what you're getting. You getting something that everybody else done possibly had. Their essence, their energy, they box. Like you're not getting something that you could consider actually yours for the amount you have to pay.
Thing caused the change in women? Is it the women or is it also the men?
The feminism caused it because when you say things like you want equality or you want to be equal to a man, what bigger symbolism of equality is 50-50? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like women in other countries, they're not trying to compete and be equal to their mates. So you get what I'm saying? So of course they could fall back and be that nurturer or being that X, Y, and Z for their man. And I just feel like men in America are feeling like they're calculated. So if I'm providing for you and you're not, giving me those things, it's not guaranteed. Like you said, cooking and cleaning, the sex, everything is not guaranteed in America for women. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I really risking my finances for a woman that it's not really guaranteed? And I get it should be that way. But since we live in this era of women feeling like they don't need a man, you know what I mean? So they're not going to really give their all to their man for the most part. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I think, like I said, 50-50 is all situational. I believe with, like y'all said, like it don't necessarily have to be split down the middle, but I need to know that if you're working, your finances is contributing to the family, not to me, you know what I mean? Because ultimately what we're trying to do is build generational wealth. I cannot, especially with inflation, the cost of living in these other countries is way lower than in America. So of course they could pay, this is why these motherfuckers be having 100 wives and shit, because of course it's easy to pay for
it's $100 to get 10
yeah, like it's easy to pay for that. Inflation is extremely high in America. You get what I'm saying? So when them niggas come to America, they might be, hey, you trying to go half on those bills? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Well, usually across seas, when a woman and let's say a family from overseas come to America, they already got a plan on building. I will say that feminism in America, it was caused by women, but men have adapted or are trying to adapt to the causation of feminism.
I had a guy I was talking to, and he said to me, because I would ask him like, why you don't do certain things? He looked at me, he said, you act just like me. You think I want to do all this thing for a nigga?
Dang. That's real.
Alphabet people, because I don't want to say like the word.
Yeah.
I'm not dating a guy. I'm dating a female. Like, you just act so, you not submissive enough for me to want to do these things. Because I'm like, why you don't buy me flowers? He's like, I'm not buying flowers for no nigga. Like, you're wild. And like, he will really say that to me. Like, no.
He called you bro?
You know what's funny? he was able to talk to her like that because she must have liked him. He probably was on a certain level to where he was able to talk to her like that, get away with it, and she's still gonna stay there. He must have been a boss, probably looked real good, tall, whatever, the whole nine. For him to tell her that, like, I'm not buying you nothing, and she still be around, that lets you know, like, yo, women choose guys who are the ones that treat them bad. Just being honest.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So like,
So that doesn't make you want to, as a woman, that don't make you want to reevaluate your femininity.
he
and how
need to
you,
want me to reevaluate my femininity for the simple fact that.
But why?
If
He
you-
just told you, I'm not going to provide this lifestyle for you because you are pretty much me. Like, why should he have to? You already proved to him that you ain't the type of woman that he should be providing for. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Cause
Like,
he a bitch.
So basically, what it is, men want
Nah, you like them though. Don't call him a B. But then look at you giggling and smiling. You wanted them though.
someone who's like damsel in distress or whatever. That's what you guys want.
They want
You
yes,
want
ma'am.
someone
I'm not
to
a yes,
be.
ma'am.
we don't want that. But I'm gonna let you.
But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but you guys, you do what you would rather a girl who's more
Dumb.
We want
not dumb, but more
Submissive.
submissive,
Cooperation.
but not really submissive because I feel like it takes time
That's
to
a
get
trigger word
to
for you.
the. No, submissive
What?
is not a trigger word for me, but someone that's more like, I guess, softer. If a girl's more feminine, right? That makes you want to do more for her. Is that? Like,
I mean,
what you guys-
that's
I mean,
naturally what men are attracted to, femininity.
If you see
If you
if you see an old lady
attracted-
walking down the
It's
street
feminine.
with bags in her hand, you want to help her, right? Because she's struggling with her bags, right? If you see a man walking down the street, you gonna want to help him? No, you want to help people who look like they want to be helped.
If I
And
see
then-
an old
exactly,
man
you
down
guys.
the
So
street,
you
yeah,
guys
I'm
are looking
old
for
man.
charity cases.
But he want to be
like.
Oh, and that's the issue. We're not looking for.
Because that's how y'all try to make it seem. Because when you do find someone who's strong and doesn't really come off as I need
It's
you to
too
do
much.
all these things, y'all step back. She's a strong girl. She's not giving, I need you to do this or I want you to do that. So he's like, I'm not doing these things for you because you don't really give that vibe that
No,
you
she-
need
she's
that.
not giving
No.
off a feminine
Yeah,
vibe.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
She
He just said
she could
that-
do all of that, but it's the way she acting while she's
No.
doing all of
I
that.
asked him-
She's very tough. You
I
feel
asked
me?
him to
So,
put. I said, "Can you put this table together for me?" He said,
How you said it?
"I said,
Say,
"Can
say
you-"
it how you said it.
No, because I said, "Can I had just had surgery?" I said, "Can you put this table together for me?" The
she
table
ain't say it like that.
sat there 2 weeks. I asked him for 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight? Can you put that table together for me? That means then I put that table together. I put that table together in 10 seconds. Stitches and everything. I'm not acting submissive to you.
Look,
And
Bitch.
that's how she really act. You saw that come out at the end. That's how she normally act.
She has a point.
Yeah, but you probably already came off. You didn't lead with your femininity. Like
I
you know
did.
what I'm
I
saying?
said, "Can you please put the?" If you see,
I'm saying when
I'm
y'all
talking
first
from the
started
beginning of the
talking, like
relationship.
when y'all first started, you didn't lead with femininity. You probably led with your masculinity, which is why he said.
he knew what he was getting himself into. He knew me for a very long time.
That's why he said you mad.
and did you know what you was getting yourself into?
No, and I.
Nah,
So basically,
Wish I did.
masculine girls don't still deserve to get that same treatment though.
Why, but why when we could go? Men are saying we could go out of the country and get women who exude in their femininity. In America, this is why I said America is very unique. Only in America do we have women who are fighting to prove to men that they're masculine. Like
But
men in
is
other
she trying
countries
to
ain't saying,
fight-
"Yo, you know what? I need me an American woman." Ain't no man in no other country ever said that.
But you know,
Yeah, they do.
Nah, because they're gonna start throwing hands with them and trying to chop hands off possibly.
Those papers.
I realized.
That's about
But they
it.
would've
That's
been
a fact.
citizens.
Because my mother, never mind. But I feel like, in my case, why I'm the way I am, because I was built off of survival and not love.
Mhm.
So it's like a shield. So sometimes when I feel like that shield is being broken down, I put that shit back up because I automatically in my head think something about to happen.
It's a defense mechanism.
It is.
Yeah. But you have to heal yourself. You got to get that healing right because you ain't going to never find the right person if you're going to be having a shield the whole time.
Only.
And just like you have your defense mechanism, men in America feel like, I need to have my defense mechanism because the women are out here. There's a culture of women who are using
Yes,
men.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So my defense mechanism up. So in order for me to provide for you, I need to know that you're in this for the long haul. You're not using me for my money.
Right.
You're not using me for my resources, my time, my energy. And so there's, like I said, there's a difference.
Counterproductive.
And just because you have so much trauma growing up through relationships, you dealt with certain situations, men don't have to accommodate you for that. And you can already tell when you have certain guys around you who see all your flaws like that and they still want to probably get with you. And you can tell that he's a certain type of guy. That man probably just trying to get boxing sex up out of you. without actually trying to build foundation if you don't want to improve. Now, if someone's trying to help and improve you, you should look at that and say, man, this dude's really trying to, help me out on a deeper level. But a lot of them don't take that because they feel like you're trying to change me. You want to turn me into something I'm not. And a lot of them just stay doing the same exact thing that they always do.
Yeah, like, so I need to know that because my defense is up now because I've dealt with women, not me personally, but I'm just saying men have dealt with women who have used them, you know what I mean, who have used them for their money. Obviously, the court systems and child and family courts is not the friendliest to men. Like, let's be honest, like, you know what I mean? So, it's a very unique thing in America. And like I said, y'all have the ability. Y'all worked hard for the financial freedom, for the equal rights to men. Shit, y'all even got more rights than men in America. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a little different. You know what I mean? So
and ladies that's dealing with the same situation, I think if you tell the man that you have that defense, because we're all assuming. You get what I'm saying? So we just think you tried it.
I tried it,
and
all of this that I'm telling you is coming from one person. Used it against me.
Did you try therapy?
I've tried it, but I just.
So you pick one guy, you have a bad experience, and you group all guys into that. And I'm pretty sure the guy that you chose is probably more on the, bad boyish. Oh, I'm really attracted to him. So you probably chose something that was already gonna send you down a road of destruction.
But you just what?
You don't like the idea.
I don't like the idea of sitting there talking to somebody I don't know. You're not about to tell me about myself, miss.
So how you expect the man? How you expect the man to tell you about yourself?
Exactly.
I don't expect him to tell me about myself, but I expect him, like, if I come to you and tell you, like, listen, I've been through this, that, and the third. I expect for you to
be more soft,
like, work with me to show me, like.
Wow, but why do you expect
don't have
that?
to,
because she's been through so much.
If I'm sitting here telling you
this,
this,
and he's not
but she's telling you right now, like, I've been through this and that. I had these traumas. This is why I operate like this. She wants you to move different. Like, don't build onto that trauma.
You can't put that on other people, man. You gotta come into relationship healed. You gotta work on that before you look for.
I agree with that point. You do have to be healed, but sometimes you do need someone else to, like, help you with your healing, like, help you through that process.
I agree with that 100%. But like I said, where it gets hard, because a lot of women with a defense mechanism, they have a lot of red flags that's thrown, and then they try to tell you, when that nigga about to walk out the door, shit, I've been going through some shit. And you like, I ain't trying to hear that shit now. It's like, out of here.
Well, to what you're saying, yeah, it's too late at that point. But if she tells you from the very beginning, like what Jay is saying, that's what she's saying.
I didn't tell him in the beginning, but we was having a conversation. He was asking me, like,
yeah, you done showed them toxic shit.
Why do you? Nah, it wasn't that far along, so it was kind of.
It was still in the beginning.
So he's asking me, and I'm explaining certain things to him or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So you know this, that, and third, but the moment something go left, he'll just use that shit against me. Like, nigga, I just told you last week that. Now I don't like you. Now I'm gonna talk about you.
And to go back about, like, what I said about nothing is guaranteed with American women. You look at, I'm gonna use Asian men for example, right? And in the hierarchy of like men making money in America is Asian men, the white men, and then I think it's black men, and then Hispanic. All right, Asian men make the most money in this country, right? But their women in America date outside their race the most. You get what I'm saying? So again, even when you making money, that doesn't guarantee you loyalty, because Asian women date outside their race the most. It's not as much as the media want to say is black men. No, it's Asian women, and it's by a significant number. It's not like it's a large number. They date white men and outside their race the most. So even as a Asian man, you worked hard to make all this money. Your woman is not even loyal to you at the end of the day.
Because it's not about money.
So again, it's different. Like when y'all say, "Oh, we need a man to provide," a man can provide, and your woman don't necessarily. It doesn't guarantee any more loyalty, any more sex, any more cooperation, any more femininity.
Because it's not only about that. You're providing, but what else?
Yeah, but what
else are you doing?
That's fit.
Are you showing me that you love me? Are you giving me reassurance? Are you making me feel special? Like, yeah, you provide and the bills is paid, but what? Like, I'm not happy here. It's not just about providing. So that's why
I hear a lot of me. Like, women want so much. I was just having this conversation with someone. Women want so much, but don't give enough. You literally say, am I emotional? Do you realize if you get you a guy who's able to they act like bringing the money in is easy. I don't think they understand how hard it is to be a top earner out here. You really got to get it. So if you get you someone that's like on that level, you should be thankful. that you're able to move a lot differently than everybody else in the country who possibly have to struggle. And you should probably learn to appreciate him, learn his interests, enjoy him, and then y'all can learn to love each other, man. Everything don't have to be just, how do you make my emotions feel at the moment? It doesn't have to be like that. It shouldn't.
Those situations are happening because it's more than that.
That could be fair. Like, I mean,
I wish I heard that more.
Word.
Word.
That's really what it is.
It really don't be about money all
But
the time.
Because if it was only about money, then everything you say would happen. He doing everything. Yup, I'm gonna be loyal to him because he's doing everything.
That shit made me spin the block back to the original question: was a real man? Then y'all would have to say it's not about money and it's about.
When I gave you my answer for a real
I'm
man,
just
I didn't say it was only about any money. That was not. Let's run the tape back.
But we can say it's mostly about money though, because most of the women in the world is fighting for the richer men in wherever they at.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The top 10% of men is the men that got all the options.
Or his personality is a reason
and
why
those relationships fail.
Man, y'all both got Louis V bags sitting next to y'all. Quit playing like money don't play a part into this. Stop it.
That's
all right.
very,
Yeah, because then when you get there, you find out that you should have looked for more than just money.
When you dating for money and then he don't got no more money, then what you got?
Nothing.
The next nigga.
I'm not about to date nobody for their money.
Only
your money.
They cap.
Yo, but we don't hear that often.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
Well,
welcome to Jay and Angel.
Let's put our money together.
Y'all need a podcast.
We need a podcast, Jay.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and leave it right there. I believe they are capping to the fullest degree. Both of these women, like, they care about the finer things in life. They want to have experiences. To have experiences, you need money. I don't care what you say. You have to have money to have experiences. You know, and don't get me wrong. I think this experience should be more simplistic. I'm big on surviving and thriving. I don't care about all this luxury and lavish things. It does not matter to me. But a lot of women in America, they care about that stuff. So for them to say that they only care about the emotional stimulation while not caring about the money, they're lying. You care about both, for sure. Let me know what y'all think about this. This is Daily Wrap-Up Crew. Make sure y'all sub to their channel. Check out the podcast and everything in its entirety. Y'all like the video, comment below. This is JayBReacts. Until next time, y'all. Peace.